A lot has changed in the past year. And I'm not actually talking about the state of our current political climate, although that's definitely a conversation I'd like to have at some point. I'm kind of just talking about in my personal life. Since the beginning of 2016, I have gotten 4 tattoos, several different haircuts, changed my major. I've been traveling a ton. I spent a month in Ireland, I road tripped out to Canyonlands and Yellowstone, and I've been doing more film work too. I covered my first live performance, I've been posting short documentaries onto here whenever the inspiration strikes. And I gotta say, Chicago is finally feeling like home for me. I've got my own apartment, which my roommates and I have managed to turn into a legendary party spot, if I do say so myself. I've got 2 jobs here, and I'm really involved in the queer community. Just this past week, I helped organize the student drag show, which 450 people came to. It was insane. And this past year, I also kind of fell in love, which is really cool. But now the train has left the 2016 station. I got more plans, I got bigger things to do. It's time to get more stuff on the roll. Currently, I am in production for a short documentary that I am producing about drag and drag culture that should be out sometime in March, so that's really frickin' cool. I'm actually super excited. It's kind of a passion project of mine. I'll be applying to go to India in the winter to study abroad and make more documentaries. Myself and the folks I did the student drag show with are now gearing up and getting ready to start planning for the annual drag show. And in the fall, we'll potentially be putting on a queer prom or queer homecoming of sorts. And on top of that, I want to be protesting more, traveling more, organizing, creating, and making YouTube videos. I was going to make this my New Year's resolution. I guess it technically could still be, but I needed some time to think about it. But from this point forward, I'm going to do everything in my power to make 1 video a week for the rest of the year, if I can, at least the rest of the quarter. You would think that becoming a film major would actually make it easier to make video blogs, but au contraire, it actually makes it a lot frickin' harder. There is a voice in the back of my head that is constantly telling me to aim for perfection, whether that's in lighting, in scripting, in whatever it is I'm doing. As long as it is visual, it has to be as professional and perfect as possible. And the biggest thing that has been drilled into my head through film school is to show and not tell. And in film, that works great, but when you're video blogging, you kind of have to tell. Because the only way you can create a relationship is through conversation, and to do that, you need to talk. And I feel like I have the potential to grow a relationship with the people who watch my videos. I love talking to you in the comments and hearing what you have to say. I always appreciate being critiqued by you and given suggestions, and when you tell me a little bit about yourselves. And I feel like the only way that relationship is going to grow is if I'm making things consistently. And that means everything I make can't be some wonderful, polished documentary on whatever is going on in Chicago at the time. It actually probably shouldn't be. Sometimes I need to learn to just sit down in front of a camera and talk about what I've been up to, or bring a friend on and rant about queer stuff. I don't know. But I need to remind myself that I'm not making short films, I'm making YouTube videos. Hopefully, if I can learn to separate my film brain from my YouTube brain, I can make some pretty cool stuff for you. Because while video blogs are not movies in and of themselves, there's a lot about being a film major that I think can help me tell better stories for you. I mean, right now I'm looking at boxes of lenses and a tripod and a really nice big camera and lights, and all of that is at my disposal to make good stuff for you. And that is my goal. Make good stuff. Make it often, not just once a month. Every week. So if I stick to it, which I really hope I do, I'll see you next week. The lens is so far away, I can't do the blackout thing.